On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the crosswalk safety on campus?
I would say it's a 7. They're pretty visible, but sometimes cars aren't always obeying the traffic laws. They sometimes run through, so you got to be conscious about that. But overall, they're pretty good, so I'd say a 7.
All right.
I'd probably give it a 6 or so. I'd say it's pretty good. I feel safe walking across the street usually. I'd say I do worry about drivers sometimes not paying attention, but overall I'd say it's pretty good.
As a pedestrian who has the right of way at these crosswalks, how aware are you of the oncoming traffic?
Well, even though we have the right of way, I always try and look, to the right and left and make sure no cars are coming. Because as I said before, sometimes cars aren't necessarily paying attention to the pedestrians; they'll just kind of roll through. So you got to keep an eye out.
Right.
I definitely think that pedestrians should always have the right of way, and I think that's usually the general consensus, but a lot of times people are looking down at their phones or not paying attention. So I definitely feel like it's important for drivers and the people walking to be well aware of their surroundings.
How do you think crosswalk and pedestrian safety could be improved on campus?
Well, at other schools, sometimes you'll see they have pedestrian bridges, kind of just walking over the street, so you don't have to have cars stopping. So maybe something like that.
Yeah.
I would say to focus on the nightlife, and so I'd put lamps or big lights on both sides of the road at night, so that way the whole crosswalk is lit up, and that way drivers also have a good idea of where the crosswalks are and they can see everyone that walks by.
And last question, what areas or streets on campus do you think are the most dangerous for crossing?
I'd probably say the crosswalk on Magnolia by Chick-fil-A, because there's a Tiger Transit stop right there, so you have to keep an eye on that, but there's also a bunch of pedestrians and cars coming as well, so probably Magnolia by Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Definitely out there in front of Louder on Magnolia, West Magnolia, also right there by Chick-fil-A. Then also in front of the Gorey Center, it's pretty crowded, but for the most part, people do a good job of letting pedestrians go. But when the traffic gets heavy, there's a lot of congestion with people changing classes, so I think that's probably a good place to focus on.
Thanks.